Hello Taiwan, I'm Ethan Liu with news from here in Taiwan and around the world. Taiwan has one of the highest recycling rates in the world and near spotless streets. Rosie Guineger explains how the country's singing rubbish trucks help the island become a global leader in waste disposal.
Echoing through the streets of Taipei, Beethoven's Fur Release is a call to action to rush outside and throw out the trash. Every day except Wednesdays and Sundays, lines of people wait by the side of the road during their designated time slot, holding trash bags. Known for its punctuality, the garbage truck waits for no one.
突然有一些事情的话，就会去追垃圾车啦。
就是来不及的时候就会作业，就是想办法倒啊，没有倒怎么？
For some residents, it's frustrating to plan their lives around the rubbish removal system. But for others, it's fostered a sense of community, as neighbours are given a chance to catch up. But Taiwan wasn't always so meticulous about its waste management. After an economic boom in the 1960s, its streets became strewn with litter. And by 1995, most of the country's landfills reached capacity, earning it the nickname Garbage Island.
Taipei and Taiwan would just sort of pile up trash in certain designated zones, and then when a typhoon would come, it would just spray the trash everywhere.
With rubbish piles creating a terrible stench and attracting pests, a community activist campaign pushed for government action. And in 1998, a Waste Disposal Act was implemented, introducing a recycling system that included the singing trucks. The law also established legal penalties for improper garbage disposal, taxed businesses, and introduced education programs and colour-coded bins to encourage residents to separate their waste. A few years after that, the government told residents they need to buy these bags to throw away waste they couldn't recycle. The funds raised to be used in waste management facilities. It encouraged residents to be more conscious of how much waste they were throwing away and an incentive to recycle. But some people tried to cheat the system, using public bins to throw out their trash, leading to the government removing most of those bins. Despite that, Taiwan's recycling rate has grown astronomically in a short amount of time, from 1% in 1998 to now one of the best in the world at over 55%. The streets of Taipei are now largely free from litter, a sign for people here that the system has worked, and a framework that waste researchers hope other countries will adapt to reduce waste and increase recycling. Patrick Chen and Rosie Guineger for TaiwanPlus.
Taiwan's top athletes are preparing for the Paris Games. Our reporter Cindy Chi went to meet Taiwan's top fencer Chen to see how his training for Olympic success.
Ready? Ollie.
Every second, every move can make a huge difference in a fencing match. That's what keeps 20-year-old fencer Chen Yitong focused and determined. He's one of the athletes representing Taiwan at this year's Paris Olympics.
As soon as I put on my mask and I start moving, I just felt like this sense of calmness, and I'm like, oh, I know what I'm doing. So I think fencing does make me calm when I'm on the piste. When I'm fencing, I just unconsciously start getting super focused on my target.
Fencing is one of the oldest combat sports. It's also known as physical chess, as each move requires close observation of the opponent's skills and personality. It may seem simple, just moving back and forth on the narrow piste or match area, but it's more than it appears. Each move the fencer makes is a calculated risk.
简单的里面当中又存在的困难的部分，它是要进攻还是防守？每一个铺陈的过程当中，其实它的变化性会非常的 错综复杂，所以他们其实要非常的专注去判断当下到底是不是他预想的这样子，然后立即在非常短的时间内去做任何的改变。
As a kid, Chen explored various sports, but only fencing held his attention.
One thing that I really love about sport is like the exchange you have with your opponent, like back and forth and like exchanging blades. I think it's really exciting for me.
Chen is one of the athletes who will represent Taiwan at the Paris Olympics this summer. But unlike many other Olympians who are full-time athletes, Chen is also a graphic design student who balances his fencing career and his academic commitments. Despite it being hard to manage his time, the thought of giving up has never crossed his mind. And Chen even managed to turn the challenge into an advantage, allowing both his athletic and academic pursuits to complement each other.
I think what art helped me with fencing is one way is like it helped me relieve stress when I'm not on the piste, when I'm like taking a break. It helps me like cool myself off. Another thing art taught me is like to be more patient. And in fencing, you can't really force your way because you're gonna end up just losing more points and you'll get like fall more behind.
Chen also had to face the challenge of training alone, especially during the pandemic. He explains that fencing is not like swimming or running, where the athletes compete against themselves. It requires an opponent for effective training.
When you're trained by yourself without guidance, it's like you don't know if this direction is right or wrong. You know, no one's there to tell you like, oh, you're doing good, you're doing bad. You're just like blindly putting effort in and hoping that you're improving. And yeah, plus it's like there's no opponent, right? Since there's no one there, you can't really measure yourself.
Fortunately, Chen found a way to train himself by observing and analyzing videos of other fencers.
It makes it easier for me to like, if I want to copy someone's attack, I can like, I just watch it a few times and try to adapt to it.
With the help of his art, relentless practice, and passion, Chen has proven he has what it takes to be an independent athlete representing his country. With just a month to go before the Paris Summer Games, Chen is determined to stay focused. And when the moment comes to draw its blade, he'll do so with all his energy and passion. Howard Jung and Sandy Chi for TaiwanPlus.
Your daily cup of joe may be getting pricier as one of the world's top coffee producers feels the effects of a months-long drought. Tiffany Wong reports.
Water, an ever more precious resource for coffee farmers in central Vietnam. After Brazil, they're the world's largest producer, but they've been facing low yields due to a months-long drought. Farmers say production is down by almost half compared to last year, driving up the beans' prices.
Giá tăng thì người nông dân thì cũng mừng thôi, nhưng mà so với cái hạn hán này thì cũng không mừng cho lắm. Vì là giá tăng thì cái sản lượng nó sẽ giảm lại ấy.
Most of the coffee beans produced here are Robusta, usually considered an inferior variety to Arabica. But it's the variety mass consumed around the world in espressos and instant coffees. Farmers here are now trying to find new ways to keep their coffee plants growing, even as the climate changes.
Về thảm thực vật ở trên cái vườn cây mình không có dọn nó đi, mình giữ nguyên một cái lớp cỏ, nó giữ cho cái vườn cây nó luôn luôn tươi mát, và khi chỉ cần mình tưới một cái lượng nước nhỏ thôi là nó cũng đủ để nó giữ ẩm cho cái vườn cà phê rồi, thì mình nghĩ đó là một trong những cái biện pháp mà làm tăng chất lượng cà phê, tăng sản lượng cà phê và cũng ít bị tác động bởi khí hậu nóng.
And after the drought came the rains, and farmers anticipate more extreme weather ahead of the harvest season in October. But they're determined to keep their beans at the top of the market, supporting their local economy and providing to coffee lovers around the world. Chris Ma and Tiffany Wong for TaiwanPlus.
Thank you for watching What's Up Taiwan. You can visit the TaiwanPlus website and follow our social media for more stories from Taiwan and around the world. Finally, check out this art exhibition in Taipei showcasing miniature versions of old Taiwanese streets. I'm Ethan Liu. Take care, and I'll see you next time.